What up? This rap hits, and so there's some rappers that didn't attend the Grammys Hip Hop 50 show, and so one of those rappers was KRS-One. He said he was not gonna drop the smoke with the Grammys because they had issues in the past with the Grammys. But same thing with Will Smith, and he showed up in the whole ceremony. He showed up at the ceremony to conclude it as the headliner. So Grammys are trying to make amends with the hip hop community because they've been out of the loop for a while. They haven't been in tune really with hip hop. And so KRS-One still has issues with them. He said basically, yeah, they haven't been showing love. And, Grammys did give Outkast the album of the year one year, and that's a hip hop album. So I think they've been trying to put effort in making their show more inclusive. But for a award show to be really a type of show that says they're inclusive, you would think that they would be more in tune with hip hop. I kind of understand where KRS-One is coming from because, they should be more in tune because a lot of their picks you can tell they're picks that it's not what the general public would pick. It's picks that they are picking and they want to put in front as the winners. So they like to put some artists up as the winners. I remember they had issues with Beyonce and she was losing to like Adele and stuff. And there's been songs of the year and artists of the year. And the same thing with the MTV Awards, but they're a lot better as far as being in tune with hip hop. But, the Grammys are not a hip hop award show. We have our own award shows, and I'm not really impressed by those either, like the BET Hip Hop Awards. It's nice and everything that they have that show. I appreciate it, so I don't complain, but it could be way better, if you ask me. There used to be good award shows for hip-hop, like the Source Awards. I think, who else was doing it? There was another award show, but I remember the Source Awards was doing something real big, and that was like a real hip-hop award show. That's nothing like the BET Hip-Hop Award shows. The BET Hip-Hop Award shows have been diluted by big media and by, the whatever they're trying to, show a different version than the authentic version. I think that's what KRS-One is saying with why he didn't show up to the Grammys. He doesn't feel they're authentic. He thinks they're phony, basically, it sounds like. I'll see if I could play a clip at the beginning, but yeah, he thinks they're phony, and that's what he was saying. Like he can't participate in it, and I don't agree with I really don't think that he should have declined his offer to perform though, because I think let bygones be bygones and put business over it's business instead of personal. I like that agenda better. I like that type of thinking better. Where okay, I know we might have some differences, but this is business and hip hop over our personal differences because KRS-One is very important to hip hop. He's one of the founders of hip hop. And so I think that he should have put aside his differences and his animosity because even Will Smith was up there and he's the one who really was the one standing on business back then saying he wasn't going to show up to the show because they didn't want to air the hip hop portions. So he stood on business and got everyone to pretty much boycott the Grammys before. But it's been a long time, and I think that reaching out and performing, I think he should have performed. And I think that, I really do think the Grammys need to improve and make some improvements in their selections because a lot of classic songs are being overlooked, not just in hip hop. I think with R&B too. It's like a lot of moments in music have been overlooked because of the Grammys, I believe. Like, because to me, the Grammys is supposed to represent the very best of music. Like, it's supposed to be the top, the A-list of the music industry, period. Like, not just hip hop, rap, but in all genres. They're supposed to represent the best, the very best. But they, I think, had issues with hip hop with some of the content. So I think Grammys had a lot of issues with the content of hip hop music. So they didn't want to really just put out, anything. They wanted to really scrutinize the lyrics and stuff like that. So and that's kind of their right too, because I understand, like, if they're saying they want to push music forward as a whole, then they have the right to exclude music that they find offensive. I understand that as well. So, I mean, because a lot of hip hop can be offensive. Like, you really need a lot of the radio versions of the songs to really play some of these songs in public. That might be a jam, but it's once they start saying certain words, it might not feel the same. So I understand what they're getting at as far as, um, as the Grammys saying that, they want to pick and choose certain artists and songs that they are willing to promote for a Grammy. And this year, actually, Little Durk is being promoted for a Grammy. I did a video about that a while back, so that's a good thing for the All My Life song. You see, that's perfectly what you would expect the Grammys to pick, though, something like that. The All My Life song, as far as Durk, they're not gonna pick, the songs that most of the people that have been listening to him from day one are gonna listen to. They want a song that they feel the general public will appreciate. And I understand that a lot because I'm a DJ, and I know about picking songs. That is one thing to pick your personal favorites versus picking a song that you think everybody can bounce to. So when I DJ for a party, I kind of look at the crowd and try to pick songs that I feel that everybody could appreciate. And you kind of go with the energy of the crowd. And at a Rolling Loud festival, the DJ for that versus DJing for a Grammys event, or DJing for an MTV event versus a BET event. There's certain songs that you would exclude, certain versions. There's radio versions, there's explicit versions, and then even like an after set, like a after set versus actual club. So yeah, there's different types of songs you will play. So I understand what the Grammys are getting at. I think let bygones be bygones, and I think he should have performed. It was actually I enjoyed the award show. I enjoyed the Grammys show. I think that was nice of them to even put on a show like that to honor hip hop at 50 years, because that's a monumental achievement for hip hop to be at 50 years. And I think that it's a good thing. Like, how many other platforms are putting out 50-year award shows for hip hop and giving them their own night, because hip hop had their own night that night. And I watched it. They honored different categories of hip hop, like conscious rap. They honored trap music. They honored ATL rap. They honored West Coast rap. They honored the founders, like the 80s and the up to the 90s. They honored the female rap. They honored so many different categories of rap. And to me, it was one of the best honors for hip hop, that show. I mean, who else put on a show like that besides, maybe you could say, Rock the Bells? LL Cool J put on a show to honor Hip Hop 50. And that was a pretty good show. And then at the beginning of the year, Grammys even put on allowed hip hop a slot. I think they gave them like 10 minutes or maybe even 20 minutes. They put on a similar show, but this was their own like 2-hour show. It might've been 2 or 3 hours. And it was epic in my opinion. So I think that, forget all that, cause I think this was a moment in history. I think KRS-One should have accepted his slot instead of declining it, because this was to honor hip hop in its history and to be in that moment. And I don't even know where you could find a playback of that award show. You had to almost catch it live. It was like a very serious moment. They should upload it to YouTube or something, you would think, because that was a pretty epic night. And let me know what y'all thought about it if y'all watched the show. I give it a very high score. I mean, they had everyone from pretty much. I think they had like 50 rappers there, in all genres. Everyone from Arrested Development to Public Enemy to Glorilla to they even had Boosie up there, yo. Straight up, they had Boosie up there. They had so many rappers up there that night. It was pretty epic of a night. And salute to the Grammys for even putting on that show, because where was BET's Hip Hop 50 Awards? I mean, they honored Grammys. They honored hip hop at their BET award show, but they didn't give them their own night. Even their BET hip hop award show, they honored hip. I'm not knocking BET or nothing. I'm just saying that this was pretty epic. This was pretty epic. They gave them their own night, their own 2-hour show. I guess you could say, you could say BET Hip Hop Awards gave the honors to hip hop because they did give them a night too. So yeah. I don't want to get down on any other company that honored hip hop. I think they all did well. They all did well, and I appreciated all of it. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This has been Rap Hits. I'm out of here.